The causes of sexual failures in men. That is our topic of discussion tonight on Marriage with Atia's channel. I have had the privilege of counseling a whole lot of married couples, and this is one of the biggest issues in marriage today. This is a man at the onset of his marriage can afford to take his wife through several rounds, that can afford to deal with his wife anyhow in the bedroom. But recently, over a period of a few years, he can hardly do the business of the bedroom. And the wife is busy complaining, laying all manner of accusations, or possibly he's getting it out there somewhere, or possibly he's not finding me attractive anymore, or possibly this and that. A whole barrage of complaints out there. And sometimes even the man concerned doesn't actually know what is happening in his system. He can't begin to understand how his body is reacting these days. And that is why we have decided to discuss this issue today. And I desire that you pay me attention, because of a truth, you are going to learn one or two things, and possibly we can tell one another how you can get out of this situation. Once again, my name is Felix Okeke. I am your marriage counselor and coach, and this is Marriage with Atia's channel. If you are yet to subscribe to my channel, please do it right away. This red button, click on it and become subscribed. This is where we do the business of marriage and family, where we give ourselves the instructions, the kind of tidbits and nuggets that will improve your marriage and make it a glorious relationship as the years go by. So just click on this and become a part of this channel. The first thing that can lower a man's libido actually is age, the aging process. As a man gets older, possibly in his late 30s, anytime the man gets to 35, 38, 40, 45, his testosterone begins to get down. That is the hormone, testosterone. That is the hormone that is in charge of passion in the man. It is the hormone that gets pumped into the man's system, and he becomes very active, very eager to go. He desires the woman more than ever before. When he sees the nakedness of his spouse, he is hungry to go. He wants to grab her and do the needful. That is the hormone in the system. And also, when this hormone is actually, when it is active in the body, you discover that even if the man is out there and he senses any, naked woman around him, or somebody who dressed casually, his system reacts to it. It is the hormone in charge of sexual passion. And at a certain age in the man, it starts going down. By the time the man is 40, 45, 50, down to his early 60s, the thing is going down gradually. And for a man who is experiencing poor libido at this age, all you need to do is to have a change of diets. Meet somebody like your doctor who may look at your own case scenario and be able to recommend some certain kind of food you can be taking, so that it can give you a lot of balance in terms of your diet. Because when you have a balanced diet, it will also impact on the hormonal balances in your body, in your system. It's very, very important that you do that. The second thing that can cause a man's libido to go down is overstress. When the man is facing a lot of stress in his career, in his profession, when he's facing a lot of stress in his finances, when he's facing a lot of stress in his capacity to manage the home, possibly there is a lot of demand on him that is impacting on his finances, that he can't seem to balance the budget at every point in time. Every time there is a need for children's school fees, a need of house rent, a need of this and that, it impacts in his emotions and his psychology, especially the sexual aspect of it. So that at the end of the day, you discover that sex actually is in the mind. If the mind is not receptive to sex, especially in the case of the man, it will not, the body will not react to it. So when the emotional setup is impacted by a whole lot of stress, a whole lot of unfulfillment going on inside of him, it becomes difficult for him, for his system to wake up to the demand for sex. And as a woman who has a husband that is experiencing poor libido as a result of stress, all you need to do is to give him a lot of peace. Allow him, or find a way of motivating him, encouraging him, telling him that it's not as bad as he thinks it is, and then make him to realize that he can only get better. Do whatever you can to support him in every way you can by building up his self-esteem, building up his emotional life, building him up in even spiritually. Try to do whatever you can to calm down his frayed nerves. If his nerves are calm and his systems are calm, you discover that his sexual desire will improve with time. Thirdly, a man can be experiencing poor libido as a result of health issues. If a man has a lot of sugar in his system, that is, he's diabetic. If a man has a lot of, is experiencing that kind of thing, there is bound to be poor, libido. It will react in his capacity to deliver in the bedroom. If a man is having high blood pressure, it can also react in his capacity to deliver. Anytime a man is contending with a health issue, especially a major health issue that is tugging at, he will experience poor libido, because the man's reaction to sex actually is not like that of the woman. A man is not physically okay. If there is certain things in his body that is causing a leakage, a health leakage in his body, I can tell you that it will impact on his capacity to deliver sexually in the bedroom. So, what you can do is for the man to always be going for a checkup. Let him do a thorough checkup. Let him check his system. Even if he doesn't want to, as a woman, as his spouse, help him. Take him to a doctor. Take him to a health clinic. Let him do a proper checkup. If he's certified that he doesn't have a health challenge, that makes it a lot of, you can begin to look at other areas that is causing him sexual, negative, that is lowering his libido. If he has a diabetes, for instance, or a high blood pressure, it can impact on the blood flow in the system. And if the blood flow in the system is not flowing the way it ought to, his sexual capacity will lower. There are men who they don't seem to get it up to that level anymore. When they achieve erection, it is half erection. It is weak because there is an inadequate flow of blood in the system. So, if the man is experiencing a health challenge, please take him to the doctor. Sometimes it could be maybe one of his veins had been clogged up, that is no longer flowing very well. Take him, let him see a doctor. Let him have a thorough medical checkup. And then if it is satisfied that he's okay, then he can get his body back to rhythm. Another thing that can make a man's libido to lower is medication effects. Some of the drugs he's taking for one ailment or the other. If the man is having diabetes and he's being given all kinds of drugs, it can impact on his capacity to deliver well sexually. So also are some antidepressants. When you take them, yes, it will do the work which it was taken for, but at the end, it will impact negatively on the capacity of the man to actually deliver fully. So what we are saying is, if he's taking some certain drugs and is impacting negatively in his sexual drive, all you need to do is to allow him to finish the drug, and then at a particular point in time, then his sexual capacity will improve. Lifestyle challenges can pose a serious threat on the man's capacity to deliver in the bedroom. Lifestyle challenges. If a man excessively drinks alcohol, at the end of the day, it will ruin him sexually. If a man is always smoking tobacco or cigarettes, it will cause serious problem in his libido. If a man is taking drugs, cocaine and heroin and the rest of them, it will impact negatively in his sexual drive. Anytime you are taking things that are injurious to your system, it will impact negatively on your capacity to deliver, especially on the man. Because sex to the man is an embodiment of soul, spirit, and body receptivity. The capacity of these three elements to gang up together and accept the woman. If they don't, then you will have a problem achieving full sexual intercourse or full sexual progress. So this is the reason. I want you as a woman and as a man in marriage, please check your system. Anytime you discover that your your sexual drive is going down to the level whereby your woman is complaining steadily. Instead of keeping silent or ignoring all her warning signals, please take a look at yourself. See a medical doctor. Check your system. Make sure this is what is happening to you so that some of them can be changed. If it is a lifestyle challenges, then you may need to alter some certain things you do in terms of your lifestyle. If it is health challenge, then of course medical experts can take a look at you and be able to restore you to order. If it's a hormonal imbalance, like I said, certain food can be taken to normalize or to improve your immune system. And as you continue doing that, it is my prayer that even when you are 80 years old, even 90 years old, you can still be strong enough to deliver. Thank you very much and have a wonderful weekend. Once again, before you check out, look at this red button, click on it, get subscribed and be part of my channel. I look forward to seeing you again. Have a wonderful time.